welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is my astrological outlook for the day. And today, here we are at the eve of the exact opposition between Mars and Saturn tomorrow in square to Uranus. This whole week has been one of intensity. We are in the climax week this week of basically the year, and there's just a lot of heated tension and contentious energy going on this week as a result of this T-square with these malefic planets and Uranus, who is combustion and shocks and surprises and things happening out of the blue in Taurus. You know, this is having to do with relationships, finances, money, and value, resources, comfort, things like that have all been undergoing, huge shifts this year as Uranus has been transiting Taurus, and we are approaching another activation of this degree. And there are three themes today that I want to discuss in terms of things that are being activated by the Sabian symbols in terms of the energetics on our eve of this activation tomorrow. And I feel like they're a little bit significant in terms of telling us what is going to be coming our way with this, what we can expect. We've already been in this energy, it's not like all of a sudden the exact activation is going to hit and it's going to be some whole new thing. It's been building and building and building for a while, but it is coming exact tomorrow. And, we don't know what we're going to be seeing transpire over the next couple of days. But one thing that Venus is trying to tell us today, Venus is at 5 degrees of Cancer, and the Sabian symbol of that degree, or the energetic depiction that represents the frequency of this degree, that's what Sabian symbols are, is rock formations at the edge of a precipice. So I'm thinking, you guys, today things might get a little rocky regarding like money and relationship issues and things happening out of the blue back in terms of this Taurus themes, Uranus and Taurus. Because if you think about it, Venus is ruling Uranus right now because Uranus is in Taurus and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Venus is really ruling and talking about things that are going on with Uranus right now. And we know that Uranus is one of the three main planets that's involved in this activation tomorrow. So, and Venus is talking about rock formations at the edge of a precipice. So I'm thinking potentially we could see some, like I said, just some rocky things going on or dangerous feeling things happening in relationships and finances and resources, commodities, things that bring us comfort, and also maybe having something to do with food. Moving might come up with these activations this week as a result of Uranus being involved and kind of doing his thing in relation to those areas of life, and Venus talking today about being at the edge of a precipice. So that was one theme that I noticed in the Sabians today that I wanted to bring to your attention. The second thing, though, the sun today, for the day before this activation, happens to be coming to 10 degrees of Cancer. And this Sabian symbol is a large diamond in the first stages of the cutting process. So I think that whatever transpires today and over the course of this activation tomorrow and through the rest of this week into the weekend, as Mars comes into exact square with Uranus, will prove ultimately to hold tremendous value in the long terms. We're in the first stages of cutting through the illusion and discovering the authentic truth and the authentic value of a lot of things right now. And I think that the fact that this is the degree that the sun is discharging the day before this activation occurs, kind of setting us up for it, I think is saying that what comes from this process will ultimately be of tremendous value. And also that's interesting because remember, I was literally just talking about how Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus ultimately rules value, what we find value in, our value systems, how valuable we feel that we are, what our own self-worth. And Uranus is all about wanting to bring us back to something true and real and authentic. So Uranus is really, over this time that he's transiting Taurus, really trying to make changes that realign us with authentic values and authentic value systems and the true worth and value of things, and reprioritizing what we find worth and value in, and also bringing us into a more authentic relationship and connection with our own internal value and our own self-worth and our authentic understanding of who we are, our talents, our gifts, and what we can create and build to provide the security that we need, the second house, the comfort, security to thrive into the future. Uranus is helping to do that, and it's creating a lot of relationship changes, a lot of financial changes over the course of this year and into the next few years. The whole socioeconomic setup of things is going to be undergoing major shifts. Cryptocurrencies are definitely going to be coming into the forefront. That is highly, highly, highly indicated with Uranus transiting through Taurus. And so yeah, I do think that the position of the Sun today, a large diamond in the first stage of the cutting process, is talking about the things that are going on with Uranus being activated by this T square tomorrow, moving into the weekend when the activation will become exact by Mars. So that is another thing that I wanted to talk about today, just because I feel like the Sabians are talking about, describing to us the nature of what these events, these things that transpire with this energetic are really ultimately about. And it's about recognizing our true and authentic value and really becoming the diamonds that we are, and using that value to recreate our lives and our world. But we're in the first stages of the cutting process right now. And then now I want to move on and talk about the third theme that I'm seeing again, and this is a reoccurring theme that comes up every day right now because we're in Revelations, and I'm going to talk about it again. And this is information from the past coming up and being exposed. Mercury today, again, the messenger planet, is at 19 degrees of Gemini, discharging the energetic. In a museum, a large archaic volume reveals traditional wisdom. Mercury rules information. Mercury has been in the qualities of Mercury: messages, information, facts, understandings about reality. These things have been so emphasized over the past month while we've been in the Gemini new moon cycle. We've had eclipses, we've had Mercury, Neptune squares, we've had retrogrades. It's been all about reassessing our understanding of information, reevaluating what we think about things, getting new information, and things being uncovered to give us more clarity about, things that have happened in the past. And with Mercury discharging this degree today, heading into this activation tomorrow, it specifically says large archaic volumes reveal traditional wisdom. So I really think that we are in a very, very strong disclosure period right now. However, another thing that I need to say today, the moon is conjuncting Neptune, and there is still a lot of this Neptune influence going on right now. And it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because on one side, the Neptune influence is asking, it's really doing a lot to expose things that have been hidden and covered up and manipulated and diluted and just sort of made into illusion or hypnosis, or, really skewed our ability to see the truth in some type of way. There's a lot of information coming out that is really trying to lift the veil and help us get a better understanding of what has gone on. But on the same sense, this is also a very powerful energetic for those exact same things, for manipulation, to the ability to control people's emotions through illusion and fantasy and hypnosis. And so while there is all of this disclosure and all of this awakening and all of these revelations, we are in it specifically says it reveals traditional wisdom. We're in the revealing times right now about information from the past and what's been hidden from us. But there are still major, major efforts and attempts underway right now to prohibit the clarity from reaching the surface, to sort of throw false disinformation in there along with everything, to discredit the whole body of things, and to sort of, continue pushing these weird narratives and agendas to try to maintain the cover and the veil and the illusion and the hypnotic sort of like story and narrative that's been going on. There are still massive efforts underway right now, and today with the moon in Pisces conjuncting Neptune, it has just conjuncted Mercury, and or it has just squared Mercury as well. So that energetic is still indicated today. So again, you're going to really want to be careful about, taking for fact everything that you hear. Really, throughout this whole period as well, you know, universe and the blueprint and the galactic code that's been operating and all of the energetics have actually been pushing us to go inside and to start cultivating a better relationship to our intuition and our own internal compass and our own ability to navigate reality based on our personal common sense and our internal judgment and what feels right and good and true to us. That really, we've been being urged to develop that ability and use that as sort of our guide and our compass to navigate all of this barrage of truth infiltrated by false information, and really use that as a gauge to sort of like find our way through this and gain some type of clarity about what we need to let go and the new direction that we're going forward. And this is all coming, and you know, as Mercury moves forward, Mercury's moving forward again and is heading back towards that third square for Neptune, and more information is coming all the time, and we're still in very, very fated times right now with the nodes being activated. And it's just, we need to be careful about what we're believing, but we need to be very open to new ideas and new perspectives and changing our long-held viewpoints right now. And you know, this I feel like is going to be really brought to the surface for a lot of us this week with these energetics that are transpiring and that are going on. But today, in terms of the eve of the activation tomorrow, really not too much hitting super hard. The black moon is also changing degrees to 29 degrees of Taurus today, so that's another little shift that's going on, and that's in terms of our subconscious programming that's also going through a transcendence right now because of a trine to Pluto. But really overall today, I feel like the energetics are just sort of talking about what is going to come with these activations this week. And one more thing that I wanted to say, and I keep meaning to say this in my videos and then I end my video and I forget to say it, is about the placement of Mars. And this goes for all of us. You know, if you watched my sign by sign breakdowns of how the energetics of this activation, this T-square this week might be affecting you, you'll have a better idea of how this is playing out in your life. So if you want to go check out those videos, it might give you a better idea of exactly like what you can expect for your experience this week. But overall, wherever Mars is for all of us in our charts, and it's in Leo, of course. And one thing that I've been forgetting to mention is Leo rules the ego, okay? And Mars in Leo can be very ego based, like very much operating out of the ego urge and the ego instincts. And so I really kind of want to urge everybody, you know, like I've been saying, and like I said in my sign by sign videos, we really don't want to be making like impulsive emotional decisions or actions this week while these things are transpiring, unless of course we get put into a position where we really have no other choice. But I also wanted to add to that, one way to kind of decipher whether or not it's something that we really need to do because of the Leo energetic and because of it being Mars, is like, if you feel like it's coming from your ego, it's probably not the right decision. If you feel like it's because your ego has been sort of like threatened or attacked or criticized, and it's your ego that is making you feel this like emotional, impulsive desire to make these decisions, then that's a good way for you to know that it's probably not something that you should do. Because we really, I don't know how I've forgotten to mention this, but with Mars in Leo right now, and also with Venus in Leo too, we really want to be careful that we're not being motivated, Mars, to take action, Mars, by our ego. And by our ego feeling criticized or wounded or threatened or attacked in some type of way, or that we need to like prove something to satisfy our ego. Like, no, that is absolutely what is going to get us into trouble this week. This week, with this Leo activation and Mars being the primary like igniter fluid for this Saturn and this ongoing Saturn Uranus square that we've had going on, and like I said, being in Leo and being Mars, operate like coming from the ego. If that is why you're feeling you need to make these changes because something is like making your ego feel bad and you want to react to like defend your ego, that is not what we want to be doing. Now, if, like I said, it's something that you've been resisting doing or you haven't wanted to do because of like the discomfort it's going to cause you, or you've just been kind of like avoiding having to make these changes, and for some reason something happens that puts you in a position where you absolutely have to stand up for yourself, that's completely different. But Saturn in Aquarius does not want Mars making rash, impulsive, emotional decisions, actions, motives, motivations based on anything having to do with the ego. So I wanted to make sure that I threw that in there because I've been meaning to bring that up. I've been meaning to say it because, you know, that is going to be a really good indicator of when we should and we shouldn't act, whether what we're feeling is coming from our ego or whether what we're feeling is coming from like something like deep down inside that is really like our higher self. You know what I mean? So that's basically what I have for the video today, you guys. They're really, I mean, as we know, all of the main activations, everything that's going on is really happening tomorrow. So, but for the setup today, we are talking about a large diamond in the first stages of the cutting process, and we know that this has to be relating to what we're experiencing right now as a result of the tensions coming from this T-square. And again, Venus, rock formations at the edge of a precipice, so be prepared potentially for some rocky, maybe like more dangerous feeling things going on in terms of relationships or finances or comfort, security, all the things ruled by Taurus, and shocks and surprises in regards to those things as well because of the positioning of Uranus and Taurus currently with Mars in square. So, and then the moon coming into conjunction with Neptune today after having just squared Mercury. So more of that illusion, delusion, and confusion being pushed, but also more of that turn inwards, connect with your intuition, and your intuition will guide you into what is true and what is right. It will feel right to you on a gut level. You'll just know. And when you hear something that is not right, no matter who is saying it, we really need to be trusting our higher guidance right now. So that's my video for today, you guys. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they would also like this information, and leave me a thumbs up. Did I already say that? And leave me comments. I absolutely love you guys' comments. I read every single one of them. I love your comments. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the activation, the T-square, the big day. And I've talked about it so much up until this point, I'll probably just have to come out and make a video and say, okay, it's active, see you tomorrow. But I don't know, we'll see. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.